Okay guys, Assalamualaikum. Today, we will presenting about chapter 3, which is Morphology and Anatomy. This is our group members. First, we have Muhammad Wafiq. And then this is me, Muhammad Ali Farhan. Third, we have Danish Haziq. And lastly, we have Sheikh Ahmad Zafri. Okay, the first subtopic I will explain is about plant morphology. Plant morphology represents a study of the development, form, and structure of plants, and by implication, an attempt to interpret this on the basis of similarity of plant and origin. The definition of plant morphology is the physical appearance of a plant. Plant morphology focuses on understanding the external features of roots, stem, and leaves. Each part have unique adaptation that help plants survive in their specific environments. By studying plant morphology, we gain insights into how plants function and their role in ecosystems, agriculture, and even medicine. Thank you for your attention.
As we can see now, we at the subtopic 2, which is plant anatomy. Plant anatomy is the study of the tissue and cell structure of plant organs. The term anatomy, as applied to plants, generally deals with structure that are observed under a high-power light microscope or electron microscope.
Next, we go to the next subtopic, which is morphology and flowering plant. Morphology refers to the external structure and form of organism in flowering plant. It describes the form and structure of different parts of the plants. A flowering plant morphology includes the root, stem, leaf, flowers, and fruits, regardless of which plant it is.
For the last subtopic, I'm going to define the dicot roots and monocot roots. For the pericycle, the dicot root gives rise to cambium, part of the vascular cambium and lateral roots. For the monocot roots, it gives rise to lateral roots only. Next, the vascular tissue. For the dicot roots, it has a limited number of xylem and phloem. And for the monocot roots, it has a higher number of xylem and phloem. The shape of xylem for dicot roots was angular or polygonal, and the shape of monocot roots is round or oval. The number of xylem and phloem, the dicot root is 2 to 8, and the monocot root is 8 too many. And lastly, the pit was for dicot roots absent or very small and undeveloped, and the for monocot roots is larger and well developed. As you can see, this is the difference between monocot roots and dicot roots. Hi, Assalamualaikum. So we are going to explain the next chapter is chapter 4, plant physiology. The first subtopic for chapter 4 is transpiration. Transpiration is the process by which water is absorbed by plants primarily through the roots and then released as water vapor into the atmosphere from small pores called stomata located on the leaf and other aerial parts of the plants. There are three types of transpiration. The first one is straticular, lenticular, and lastly the stomatal. The importance of transpiration is that as giving the cooling effect. Next, the effect on mineral transport, and lastly, effect on mineral movement. The internal factor affecting on transpiration is number of leaf, number of stomata, and size of the leaf. The external factor affecting on transpiration was were wind and air movement, type of plants, and temperature.
Next, the subtopic is photosynthesis. The definition of photosynthesis is the process plants use to make their own food. They take in sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide from the air to produce sugar and oxygen. Importance of photosynthesis. There are three importance of photosynthesis, which is sources of energy for all life, oxygen production, and carbon dioxide reduction. Photosynthesis overview. Photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast. First step, light-dependent reaction require light. Light energy from the sun is absorbed by the plants, chlorophyll, the green pigment. This energy splits water, H2O, into oxygen, O2, which is released into the air. The energy is used to make ATP and ADPH, which are energy-rich molecules. Step 2, light-independent reaction, Kelvin cycle, does not require light. The energy from ATP and ADPH is used to combine carbon dioxide (CO2) from the air with other molecules to create glucose. which is the plant's food. Oxygen is released as a byproduct and goes in the air.
The next subtopic is translocation. Translocation is the movement of materials from leaf to other tissue throughout the plant. The movement of food from the source to sinks throughout the phloem and the phloem vessels. Plant produce sugar in their leaf by photosynthesis, but non-photosynthesis plant also need carbohydrate. This is the process which sugar are moved around the plant. First, sugar are produced in the leaf and stem through photosynthesis. Second, the sugar are loaded into leaf tube in the leaves. Third, the sugar and are then transported to where they are needed, such as roots or developing shoot. Fourth, translocation occurs within the phloem pathway, which is the principal food conducting tissue in vascular plants. Lastly, the process is active and essential for nutrient delivery in plants. Factors affecting phloem transport is temperature, inhibitors, potassium and boron deficiency, and hormones. Okay, the last subtopic I will explain is about respiration. Respiration means the process by which plants use oxygen and sugars to create energy for growth, reproduction, and other life processes. How it works. Plants take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide through tiny pores in their leaves called stomata or through hairs on their roots. The gases move in and out of the plant through diffusion from areas of high concentration to areas of low concentration. When it happens, respiration occurs 24 hours a day, but it's more noticeable at night because photosynthesis. Type of respiration. We have aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration, which occurs in the presence of oxygen, and aerobic respiration, which occurs without oxygen. Anaerobic respiration is less common in plants but can occur when oxygen is limited.